Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. In the last episode, Miles Edgeworth has taken over the case of Bridge to the Turnabout while Phoenix is in the hospital. And yeah, we're just kind of investigating a little bit. Currently, the suspect for the murder is Iris. But even though Bikini says that she saw her committing the crime, she also doesn't think that it's Iris at the same time because there's no way that she could have done it due to her personality. But personality is not evidence, I suppose, and we're gonna actually have to find real evidence to prove that Iris is not the murderer. So yeah, that's what we are doing. Let's get to investigating. February 8th, Hazakura Temple Courtyard. And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, Detective. I'll just have a look around. It looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask just to be sure. Are you really gonna defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave her my word and now I must follow through with my commitments. Well, in that case, I've gotta be careful. I gotta make sure I don't blink the prosecution's whole investigation. And don't worry about it, Detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own. Roger, sir. I know exactly what you're saying. Very well, Detective. Thankfully, his diarrhea of the mouth is permanent. The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Denim. Her entire past up until she won that writing award last year is a total mystery. It's hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that. The estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. The cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by the murder weapon. The murder weapon? The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir. That's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing. Yes? The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a 2-story building. A 2-story building? That would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct? Hey, you're right! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth! That just happens to be the room that Elise Denim was staying in. Maybe she was pushed out of the window after she was stabbed by the sword? Now then, Detective, let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far. Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple right after dinner was finished. There they go, walking. I'm sorry. To the inner temple. At 10 p.m., after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. And there she goes, she's running. When she got there, Bikini had to take over while she went back to the Hazakura Temple. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. The inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement. What do you mean? It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and will be defending, he just lost interest. I intend to appear in court in the role of the defense lawyer. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is gonna be that judge. Yes, he certainly would remember my face, even after such a long absence. And that's why I requested another judge preside over the case. We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all. Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir? There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at? According to Bikini, it's an old temple it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of... Oops. No? Okay. It's on the other side of Dusky Bridge. The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple? Nope, not a thing. Nothing? The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there. So the only thing there is the inner temple. I hear it's not the kind of place a person can survive in. Please be alright, Maya. Okay. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon? It sure is! It's called a Shichishito, by the way. Nasty piece of work, sir. There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood? Yep, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shichishito, too. Fingerprints? Naturally, they match the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant. Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon? What's wrong? You're looking really solemn. Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense lawyer? Yeah, I figure it doesn't really feel good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. What's this? It looks like a wizard staff. That belonged to the victim, Miss Elise and him. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah, listen, this is just between us, okay, sir? Yes? What? This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this. All right. The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me? That's it. The staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it? Just the victim's. Ladder. The main gate must be just over that stone wall. Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words. Ah, I just love skiing. Really? You don't, seem the type. Well, what about... Oh, shit. Well, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah, they're a little too kiddie, you know? Messes with my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth? Is the word I'm looking for... Is the world starting to go mad? It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night. There's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by the candlelight. Detective, can you not afford to pay for your electricity bill? How'd you know? Oh, no. Is there anything else? Nothing that we haven't examined. This sword represents the multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one. I've never heard that one. You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life would I have had if I hadn't joined the homicide division? So you think about that kind of thing too, huh? Of course I do. I think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as the Blue Badger. I guess he doesn't have any plans to leave the force. That's good. Oh, so I think I might have already told you about this, but the truth is... Oh man, when I was a little kid... You wanted to become a wizard, right? Hey, that's amazing! How'd you know that? So, what do you think? I make a really great one, don't you think? We just had this conversation a little while ago, Detective. My god. Anything? Okay. You said you went with Maya to the training hall in the inner temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there?
Of course I saw her. I told her to meet us after ringing the 10 o'clock bell for lights out.
So you're saying Iris came to the inner temple then?
Of course she did. Iris has always been a good, obedient girl. After that, I had Maya begin her training ceremony.
But that doesn't fit with Iris's story at all. She said that she never went to the inner temple. As they say, the plot thickens.
No, not that. Okay, wait, no, yeah, no, wait, yes, this. February 8th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth.
I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions if you don't mind.
But I've already told you everything that I...
Iris, please remember, I'm on your side. You can tell me anything.
Yes, thank you.
I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Nim with a sword. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well.
What?
When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple, and yet Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night.
But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night.
Looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break those psycho locks. Since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers, understand?
Yes, sir.
The smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the Inner Temple last night?
Yes, I swear. I already told you that.
Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened.
That's right.
If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room? I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you.
That's...
Well, Iris?
Why are you glaring at me like that?
You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you, isn't that correct?
Ah!
Was it the evidence or the power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way.
But, Mr. Edgeworth...
Yes?
I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me.
A prank?
Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief.
I wonder about that.
Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her.
No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there is one person you didn't want your secret told to. Phoenix Wright. You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say?
I should have expected as much. Especially from a friend of his.
That's right.
After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it.
What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions?
It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge.
A small shack, huh?
It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near.
Where is it on this map?
It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the Inner Temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall... I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't want to think about it at all.
So is this the secret that you locked away in your heart?
Yes.
It looks as though I may have to visit this heavenly hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night.
Yes, that's exactly right.
The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you, I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret.
But it's pointless.
Why would you say that?
Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am.
What the hell does that... He does know who you are. Ma'am? Okay. Can we go to Heavenly Hall? Heck yeah. What the February 8th, Heavenly Hall. What the is that? Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? It's still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. It's Larry. Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Tibet. Next it's going to be prison, I guess. I'll steal the detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down in his luck. He's just talking to himself. Shh! Be quiet and listen. I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What did he do, I wonder? Hey, you! About what you just said. I got an objection! What the? Reggie, you dirty rat! Gumshoe, you oaf. I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. And in a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger. You've watched too many trials. I'm sorry. Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? You've gotta be kidding me. What is this little shack anyway? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. And why were you down here in the first place? Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal. One thing's for sure, no one is likely to show up and disturb you here. So can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir. Listen to me, Edgy. You gotta do this. You gotta save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth! Anyway, I made up my mind about it. I'm gonna marry that girl. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet. But I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He never imagined that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt? What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back. If we really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him onto the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night? Aw, man, don't you have anything else to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Okay, chill out with those scary eyes. I got it. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. Something incredible? Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of water. Hot water? What am I saying? Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk. Huh? That was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. And around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I've been sleeping. I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white, like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend Naomi. And then, it was on fire! The bridge was on fire! Dusky Bridge caught on fire? Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth! There are still 3 Cyclops remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? Where, you say? What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room, by the main hall. Where else would I be? As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there. There? What do you mean, there? It's impossible for you to have seen the lightning strike from Dusky Bridge from your room. Would it just be the map? This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple. Trees, right. What am I looking for? I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees, and it's impossible to see the bridge from there. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, how about it? About what? Do you feel like talking now? About what? It looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then, where were you? You don't know that I wasn't in my room! So where was Larry, and why was he there? If I read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed the lightning striking Dusky Bridge was from here. The place you saw the lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hall. Well, why would I be hanging around in this old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it could fall apart at any minute. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know that there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. No! In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit I'm impressed, Edgy. You're a totally different league from Nick. That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call a fair decor. I think you mean a fair decor. Could it be you were waiting for someone? Oh no! You really are one scary guy, you know. I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before, don't call me Larry! The person you were waiting for was Iris. Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy. No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that you were waiting for Iris. It could be. Here's your evidence. You called her to the spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh, hey, give that back! You're embarrassing me! What are you doing with that anyway? That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that? You should be ashamed of yourself. First of all, what's this at the top of the letter? It says salutation here. Well, that's what it said in that book, Letter Writing for Dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write Dear Iris. I'm so sorry! So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, were you not, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag, threatening a young lady like that. Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break. It's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love? What did you just say? My love for her burns so hotly it can melt all the snow on this mountain. Oh? Then what is the secret you mention? Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously, she wouldn't want Old Lady Bikini to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair. Alright, then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope? Give me a break! It's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Yeesh! Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal? It's 'cause Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? That's it? That's all those huge locks were about? I don't understand why you were so defensive. Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on, don't let it get you down. But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still hiding something. I know it. What do you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy just said a minute ago. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. He's right. Larry. What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone. What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another. I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge. Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Yes, Larry. I believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. What? When? Where? Why? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. Ah! 5? No! What's wrong, sir? Does this mean I had to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning? I just about had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. Man, okay, so we have 2 pairs of 5 psych locks to break, one from Iris and one from Larry. Oh my god, okay. Here we go, guys. That is it for this episode. Roll the end card.
Objection! You haven't hit like and subscribe yet. Hold it! You forgot to ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload. Take that! Click here to watch more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!